Hello, my friends! For today's reading, we are starting off with the turtle, so you are my turtle friends. And of course, the turtle, although representing Earth, also has strong associations with water, especially because when I see the turtle, I always think of the sea turtle. So I always think of someone who travels, perhaps having adventures, but also having a great deal of stillness. All right, let's see what the book has to say. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. That's a wonderful thing. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. To bring into balance, an adventure. All right, my turtle friends. Let's see where you are at. Now, we have the tea leaf cards here to help you determine whether or not this is your reading, so they should be familiar to you in some way. We have horseshoe, good luck. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. So perhaps you have been doing a little traveling just for fun. Gong, an exciting event. And broken wishbone, a wish will not be granted. Sometimes excitement is not a good thing, but I'm hoping it is. Maybe it's just a little thing that's a little wish that's not being granted. Or maybe it's just coming through later on. Now we have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. That doesn't sound very turtly. And fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. All right. I'm not sure what you have a strong emotion about. It's next to this fox card, so about business maybe. Well, there's nothing wrong with being passionate about your business, as long as you keep it balanced, right? Work-life balance. All right. Let's see what the tarot has to say about why are you here. You came to this reading for a reason. What is it? First card out is the moon. So a need to dive deeper, perhaps, into something. Secrets being kept. Subconscious things being uncovered. Shadow work, perhaps. Nine of Wands. Definitely feeling a bit beat up by life. All right, we have the Empress, which is number 3, of course, but the Empress is about having the ability to go with the flow. It is about structure, but also about understanding and working with structure. Understanding and working with the natural order of things, of life, seasons of our lives, seasons of the year, and perhaps working through some grief here. The Empress is understanding that life and death go together. You can't have life without death, and you can't have death without life. So, learning to work through mourning, the cycle of mourning, of grief, which Elizabeth Kubler-Ross did some really groundbreaking work on, I think in the 90s, maybe the 80s. That was covered up. So we have an inner tower, some sort of belief system falling apart. The learning to think for yourself, perhaps, for the first time in your life. It is part of growing up, honestly. It's a very difficult part of growing up. You may think you went through it as a teenager, but teenagers almost never go through it. And they're all about conformity. They just think they're about rebelling. All right, 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, very much afraid of what change is going to do to you, do to your life. But there are big changes taking place internally. It's no wonder the Moon card came out. And it is normal to fear the effects of all this change on your external life. It appears it's provoking, or maybe it's just, I mean, we typically have a fear mentality, scarcity mindset. That's very common for all of us. We live in capitalist societies, in the vast majority of the world, and capitalism thrives on fear. It needs you to have a sense of lack, a scarcity mindset, because that's how capitalism works. They can't sell you things if you don't feel like you need something, whether you actually need it or not. So, fear and lack and scarcity are foundational to capitalism. So we all have it. It's programmed into us from the day we are born. But you may be coming to a different understanding of that scarcity mindset, that lack mentality, and perhaps finally overcoming it to some degree. So if you are happy and content and fulfilled, capitalism can't sell you much of anything. So it does not want us to be happy and fulfilled. And an epiphany. I am not surprised. Not with these cards. The Wheel of Fortune is at play. So, destiny, dharma, fate, karma, the law of cause and effect. Destiny being what is meant for you, fate meaning what you cannot avoid. And we have the Two of Wands. A lot of thinking going on, a lot of planning, strategizing. Something to do with this epiphany, this aha moment, eureka. This could be a new understanding of yourself, of life, but it is providing the fuel for something else. A new fire to be lit. And it came when it did, or it may feel like it came when it did, through fate, destiny. You may feel like something happened, this breakthrough happened because it was destined to. So there may be a sense of inevitability. Now we also have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is in control of their emotions. Male or female, there's no gender in tarot. So this person is has emotional intelligence, perhaps not as much as the Queen of Cups, but they definitely have some understanding, deep understanding, at least of their own emotions, and the ability to control them and manage them themselves. And the ability to walk away, which makes sense. If you can regulate your own emotions, you can also control yourself enough to walk away when it's time to walk away. That old Kenny Rogers song. Know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away. Anything else about this King of Cups? Okay, so this didn't come easily. No surprise there. What comes easily is not as great a teacher because we are a stubborn bunch. Now, there's something about anxiety here. A lot of anxiety. However, the Nine of Swords, there's two possibilities. Either these anxieties, which may have been plaguing you for some time, you've conquered them finally, which is definitely a possibility with the King of Cups, the Eight of Cups. A very painful emotional lesson. The other possibility with the Nine of Swords is that you obsessed on your anxieties so much they started becoming real. People talk about manifesting all the time, and you can manifest your fears, your anxieties. However, oh, this is interesting. Now we have the Queen of Cups, so we have a matched pair. The Queen of Cups is emotionally intelligent. Maybe the anxieties were about a Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So something that should have begun did not. Something that should have, a seed that should have been planted was not. Perhaps in connection with this Queen of Cups, perhaps it's been a great learning experience. Okay. Let's see what the universe has to say about all this. Particularly, well, whatever. We'll see. It says innovation. Efficient, smooth, seamless, precise progress, perfect timing, synchronicity, teamwork, interconnected. We have mask. Now this is funny. We have the seeds, the growth potential coming out on top of the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So perhaps there's still hope. Or, you know, even if there's not really hope, you still have hope. And yet, what is with this mask? Deeply committed. But a need to remove unwanted stuff, purging, clean sweep, total makeover. Ooh. Oh, that's... There was a card hiding down here and it just came out. It says vacation. Well, okay. Whatever that means to you. Things work against you, but persistence pays off. So, something worthwhile, but it is not easy. No surprise there, right? Reawaken lost hopes. Okay. This collective really, really, really wants success. Victory, warmth, a breakthrough. Again with the breakthrough. The aha moment, the breakthrough, the discovery, realization, epiphany, enlightenment. Some sort of realization. This, I mean, the Sun cards has pretty much the same energy, honestly. I mean, it is about success, but it's also about, you know, light is breaking through. Like, this looks like dawn to me. So, there's a saying, light dawns or breaks on Marblehead, which is a reference to somebody being very stubborn and refusing to see the light. And yet, here it is. I really get the sense of someone seeing the light, wanting to get some more information, still lacking clarity. Oh, crap. Somebody believing perhaps that they are in a soul connection of some sort. Even if you are, remember the purpose is your awakening and development. It is not being with the other person. I mean, it's possible, but it's not likely. And you shouldn't be holding out for that. All right, and yet, that's what you want. Change of state. Go public, be heard, shine, spotlight. Speak up. Increase visibility. All right. You want success with this person. But have you done the work? Have they done the work? You can't force anybody to heal. All you can do is heal yourself. And true healing is not in order to get something. It's in order to be better. Once again, the beginnings. This is a positive one. There's at least an understanding that there needs to be transmutation. You have to turn one thing into something else, and breaking things down is part of the process. So we have the key, solutions, intelligence, genius, insight again. Pay attention, lock, unlock, break out. Then sunrise, darkest before the dawn, obstacles overcome, problems end. So these come before the alchemy. the transmutation of one thing into another. Has there been a breakdown? Things have to completely fall apart so that something new may be created. This has been observed over and over in many fields, many arenas. I think it's appropriate that turtle people would get this movement, message, travel, news. It's got a bit of the Eight of Wands feel to it, but things are not ready yet. We have illness, fatigue, stress, deterioration, loss, filth, decay. Things need to be dealt with. You had the broom card. You had needing to purge everything. I think that's not done yet. We have destiny, spirituality, divine guidance, trials, sorrow, emotional loss, necessity, conviction, duty, crisis, fate. Divine intervention is at play. So we have perfect timing. And once again, a reference to alchemy with as above, so below. I think the transmutation process is what's happening now. And that is not a time for action.